Welcome, and I'm back. Welcome to another EBX discussion. And I thank those, my soldiers and soldierettes, for joining in. Salute, and I give honor to my ancestors. And may those of my family that I held dear, may they rest in peace and in power. And let me just say, our ancestors are alive and well. And anyone in your family that may have transitioned, may they rest in peace and in power. And some I haven't done in a while, I want to call down that protection from our great creator, Mother Nature, the universe. Protection for ourselves, from ourselves, so we don't become our own worst enemy. And I always got to place that goal over all of us. May all of our families, may they prosper, and everything we touch turn to gold. And I always got to do that to keep this spiritual connection strong. Because even though we have different ideologies and we're in different parts of the world, if we're spiritually connected, deep within, with that higher power I always talk about, we are all connected, even if we're not in front of one another or around each other. If you're melanated and you tapped in with that power within, you are truly connected. You will know these things, and you won't be stopped by superficial bullshit. So let's get right on into it. We're gonna talk about the rules of this walk. Or I ain't gonna say the rules, excuse me. I say the tools. The tools needed to maintain on this walk. And it's this thing I always like to say. That there's no more overcoming. We have overcame. Now we have to maintain. So, as well as my other reachers and teachers out there, brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, salute. Something that, a lot of us already know. But some of us don't. There's always those that's in the beginning. And I'm going to tell you, 3 tools that you're going to need. Is no if, no, that you will need on this walk. And that is moderation, preservation, self-validation. The three tools that you're going to need to maintain a pure heart. Maintain as much as possible. I always got to kind of put that in there, because for different individuals, it's different challenges. And the human, like I say, that human side, never rely on the feeling of the flesh. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The flesh ain't shit. That's why me and many other teachers, we always say, you better study that inner, or that outer. That outer is going to be hell. You can create your own hell. You don't have to go to hell. Hell is right here on earth. Just take a good look around and you'll see hell is right here on earth. So that's why in these times it's important, especially when it comes to our minds, because these frequencies of all these phones and this internet and all these things make our senses heightened. That's why you have so many individuals out here doing things off their impulses. Because if you're on social media 24 hours a day and not taking time for oneself, you can lose yourself, and you'll get non-reality mixed up with reality if you get yourself, and this could be anybody, young or old, and a lot of us that are awakened, we all know this. If you get caught up in social media, especially if it's for the wrong things, and you're trying to get attention, and you're solely relying your validation on social media, you are going to be one lost individual. That's why it is very important to do something I love to say. In your inner peace, if you can finally get to it, because it's not easy to do, but if you finally can, ladies and gentlemen, incubate, keep it warm and keep it safe. Because in order to teach inner peace, we have to harbor inner peace. The most effective way is to study and observe. Observation helps to weed through the emotions. Having control over our mind, body, and soul keeps the stress level down. I'm actually reading something that, I have a book that I had been starting called Unlocking the Vault. So what I'm reading here is one of my pages out of it. which is page 17. And I'm supposed to be reiterating that. And, it's just so much that I want to do. But, stick with that higher power, keep a little order in our life. Organization can be our best friend. And once we be organized and disciplined, we'll be okay. But I'm going to go back to this. So that's why I say if it sounds like I'm reading from a page I wrote. And it's still from my thoughts, something that I wrote. Okay, I'm going to start over. In order to teach inner peace, we have to harbor inner peace. The most effective way is to study and observe. Observation helps to weed through emotions, having control over our mind, body, and soul. Keeps the stress level down, or no stress at all. Take the word stress out of our vocabulary. Small steps lead to big steps. Any walk towards righteousness is worth the walk. The more seed we plant, the more fruit that we'll bear. And a lot of us know this, but it's good to hear it. It gets in our subconscious. And and writing is good. I do a lot of writing. I still write rhymes. I still write music. Even if I'm not going to make a song, I write it anyway. It's good to express one's thoughts and stay, as much as we can, stay deep within, so we can stay in tune with those things that try to hide down there in the pit of our subconscious. That's why it's so important to study mind, body, and soul. And again, like I say, write it down so it can stay in your subconscious. And again, the best 3 tools in our lives that can be the gift that keeps on giving: moderation, perseveration, self-validation. Is the best thing one can do for oneself. And it will be so empowering. But you have to have that willpower, have to have that confidence. You can't let little things on the outside distract you or discourage you. We have to maintain our spirit once we get there, that inner peace. Once we get there, like I said, harbor it, incubate on it, incubate there, keep it warm, keep it safe, keep ourselves in a prepared mode. That's why I put moderation first. Use social media in moderation. Have fun with it. We ain't always got to be serious, but try our best to keep things in a positive space, if you know what I'm saying. Keep it in a positive mode with a little bit of fun. There's nothing wrong with taking selfies and taking pictures and different things that a lot of us like to do on social media. But always keep a sane brain. Always have a positive agenda behind what you do. And that's something that I love to do. I love having a positive agenda. I like surprising people with positive things and seeing the smile they have on their face or the surprised look. That's the most beautiful thing in the world, when we can touch each other in a positive way. Even in a picture, in a photo, a selfie, we can be positive. If you're going to take that photo, take that selfie, leave a positive message at the top. Don't just take pictures to get likes and views or sayings. Let it come from within. Let it come from the heart. Let it flow naturally, because nothing is more beautiful than when it's natural. And those of us on the high vibration, we know what that's like, and it's a very good feeling, because all great things are always great when it comes from being natural. And that beautiful word that we like to say, authentic. Just listen to that word, authentic. Don't that sound like a beautiful word? And it's a lot of us out here like that. There's a lot of distractions in this world that will make you think that it's not. But something you will always hear me reiterate: we got some great brothers out here, great brothers and sisters, and we have great families within, even though we have ups and downs. But focus on the great things, because something I didn't say at the beginning of the podcast, I normally say: I honor thy mother, I honor thy father, I honor thy sister, and I honor thy brother, because we all have been through some form of struggle in our lives. And when we study ourselves and become aware of that, we become better individuals. And we will begin to know why different individuals, person, place, or thing we come in contact with, we'll begin to know why they do some of the things that they do. Because some individuals can be helped, but some, they don't know how to go about getting that inner peace or studying to get into that inner peace. And that's why that great creator has placed a lot of us great, wonderful brothers and sisters out here that's reaching and teaching and being trailblazers. That's why we out here. Like a podcast I made about a day or so ago. Never forget this, ladies and gentlemen, young or old. If we still here in this time, we're here for a reason. And I say firmly, no bullshit, hold our position. If you're a righteous brother and sister and you have been through the fucking fire, hold our position. There are things that have to be done, and that greater creator has something very, very special for us. And we have to be ready to receive things like that. We can't be distracted and drawn in to unwanted, unnecessary drama or negativity. Because another thing we should always keep at our base, especially those in the beginning, karma. That's all I gotta say. Karma. If you experience karma and you serious and you really know karma, then you on the right path. You know what it is. Even though we're not perfect, we're gonna make some mistakes. But it's not the mistakes that make us a bad person. It's not being accountable for that mistake and not trying to change and staying in wrong, as I heard a great brother say. That's what make us wrong. It's staying in a low vibration is what makes you a low person. No, you do everything with every fiber of our body to make us better brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. So I say again, the best tools, and this not even an opinion, this is facts. The 3 best tools on this walk is moderation, preservation, excuse me if I said that wrong, but you know what I mean, and self-validation. Now, self-validation, that's serious. That's another thing that's not easy to come by. But that's why we have to study, and we have to be careful of those little impulses. Because something I heard a great comedian say, all of us, certain things happen in our life, we are seconds away from making a wrong impulse. That's why it's very, very important to study our impulses, because I've said this before. That is a root of a lot of problems in this world, and especially on social media. But especially everywhere, because it's really everywhere, because the toxicity that goes on social media, it trickles out into the world. So you really can't divide it. It's just impulses is just everywhere, period. You can't even put it in one small space. It's everywhere. It just depends on the individual. And I say this a lot, but I gotta say it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we have to study our impulses and that deep, deep inner, because impulses can be fucking poison. And a lot of bad and sad things can come behind wrong impulses. That's why it's very important. And that's what a lot of us need to focus on and teach impulses, because that's where a lot of evil, toxic things and wrong decisions stem from. Like I said, I'm not perfect. A lot of us are not perfect, but we have been at this point. So that's how a lot of us know. And, not that we know everything, but we have experienced things. We have been there and done that. So that's why we are able to teach. It's not about having degrees or if we went to college. No, it's about being passionate to oneself and wanting to see others do better in their lives, especially when we see it in them and we know they can do better. And because we all are leaders within, we just have to search inside and find it. And that's brother or sister. So again, I'll say, especially for those in the beginning, if you want to know, if it's something you want to meditate on and you want some insurance, take these 3 tools with you on your walk. And I'll say again, moderation, preservation. I got to work on that word. I'm still learning too. It's preservation. This is preservation. But you know what that means. Preservation or preservation. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I mean. And self self-validation. Very important tools on this walk, because having insecurities can be a very, very hard challenge, can be rough, but it's a beautiful thing when you can finally conquer it. So this is one way that can be effective. Keep these three things in your spirit: moderation, perseverance, and self-validation. The gifts that keep on giving. I'm telling you, you never go wrong with those three things, because that'll protect you on social media. And perseverance keeps you in tune with that inner, keeps you paying attention so things don't sneak in. And self-validation will keep you from making wrong choices and seeing real individuals that you come in contact, like our teachers out here, brothers and sisters, or we communicating with our family. Self-validation keeps you knowing oneself, and keeps you from letting some other toxic, person, place, or thing making you not be who you are. Be who you are wherever you are. If you fumble or whatever, long as it's real, coming from a heart, and you say, ooh, and that's something else I've heard a comedian say. When you can laugh at yourself, you are truly at peace with oneself. And when you can laugh at yourself, when you can be silly and do goofy things like me fumbling perseverance, here, just a few minutes ago, it's okay. We're human. And that's where some individuals get caught up. We try to be too perfect and just let ourselves flow. Just let ourselves mess up sometimes. It's okay. That greater creator, the higher power is the greater creator. Mother Nature and the universe that higher power doesn't look at our degrees and how good we talk. No, he looks at that heart within. That's what that greater higher power, Mother Nature and the universe wants. And I'm telling you, self-validation is the best thing one can do for oneself. And then you will be able to see the good in our brothers and sisters and not looking for the wrong in them. And that's what it's all about. So before I leave, I'm going to say one more time, especially those in the beginning. Take these three tools with you wherever you are, person, place, or thing. Use these and it will help your sanity. Use moderation in things that we love and whatever it is, especially social media. Don't let it consume you. Extract the good things from it as we have fun. That's moderation. And perseverance is cherish those moments that higher power speaks to us when we're by ourselves, and study on keeping our inner foundation strong. That's perseverance. And I already told you what self-validation is. It's being true to oneself and loving oneself. And that's brother or sister. I know I kind of said it a lot, but I want to put emphasis on it because I want to, help, because I'm telling you, a lot of us have been in a low point in our lives, and I'm one of them individuals. And I fought to get to this point. It hasn't been easy. So that's why I'm teaching others that come behind me or may have a challenge, in some of these areas that I just talked about. But keep being strong. Keep going to that power within. Remember, I say he resides deep inside. So when you find him, you'll know when you know. Trust me. It's a lot of brothers and sisters out here that's awakened, and we all love you, and we all want the same thing for you, because we are connected, whether we know it or not. And that's my thought. That's my real thought. That's my positive thought. And I truly do thank those that have supported me and commented, whether it's recent or in the past. I still appreciate you, because you didn't have to do that. And I appreciate those that listen to me, and I appreciate those I listen to, because I listen to content creators also, because that's just the way the creator made me, the great creator. That's just how that force wants me to be, and that's how I'm going to be, no matter what. Because being negative, where would that get me? Nowhere, right? So let's keep it positive. And I honor that family. I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor those that come in to another EBX discussion. Thank you, and I salute. Again, like I say, I honor my family, your family. And may all the brothers and sisters, reachers and teachers, and I honor my children, and I honor their mothers. And may all brothers and sisters all over the world, may you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. One.